Hello, welcome to 1216 North 5th, here in Old Town St. Charles. This house was built in 1891. The mansard roof and traditional symmetric front door opening. Now, many of these times, on many of these houses, you've seen me point to additions on the home. However, on this one, the side was built around the same time as the main home. I'm just going to take a chance to look at this plaque here. So it was built in 1891 by Caspar Dahlmeyer and had a number of different owners after that. Most likely this was always a middle-class, working-class home. It was quality built, but was lived in by railroad conductors and people such at the time, so wasn't for captains of industry, but very typical of what your average family would be living in 1891 in St. Charles. So looking at the style, it's different from what we see in St. Louis City while still being a brick home. As we turn across the street, I'll show you right now, we have some of these older homes that are from the 1830s through 50s, and they are made of frame construction. This is brick, so you can tell it's a later addition to St. Charles when things became a little bit more substantial in people's desires. They wanted brick homes just like they had in St. Louis. Coming into this first room, we have very high ceilings, and this could either be used as a living room or a bedroom. Ventilation on three sides, which is one of the benefits of the L-shaped floor plan. Again, transoms. It's probably 1,000% humidity today and 90 some odd degrees. So and there's air conditioning, which feels great. We wouldn't have had that when this house was built. I'm going to start now into the second room. This was likely to be the formal living room for the home. And you can see, again, we have ventilation on both sides flowing through to the back. Really nice original transom up here, and that is original glass. You can see the waviness and some of the manufacturing defects which give the home character. That's how you know the glass is original, not made on a machine like modern glass is. So we walk back into the kitchen. I can show it to you from this angle. Again, really great high ceilings, built-in cabinets on the lower, and concrete countertops, which do harmonize well with the design of this home, especially the exposed brick. And you can see here, if you remember from the front shot of the house, we had the three openings, the door in the middle, and then the two windows. That would have also translated straight to the back for ventilation and also for architectural harmony. This is a good example as well, where you can see some common brick, which was used on the interior wall, on the inside course, and then a slightly better grade of brick that was used on the outside. Still the rear of the house, so it wouldn't have been the very best brick, but that was very much how they did things at the time. Here we have a butler's pantry for more storage. Hence, you don't need to have the upper cabinets in the main kitchen, but we have a sink and dishwasher. When I lived in the UK, we called this room a scullery. Coming around to the side, we have a main floor bathroom, shower, toilet, a really neat little sink there, making good use of the space. And the one thing I will say is that this is an indication that this house was built before indoor plumbing, because this is an addition which was built on the back here. It was not part of the original structure. So we step outside onto the porch, we can see exactly how this would have been set up. So that was a frame addition that was built at some point in the house's history. Obviously, the vinyl siding is newer than when the addition would have been constructed in any event. But we do have a second floor. And this is where the bedrooms are located. Although most people today would use one of the downstairs rooms as a bedroom as well, probably. We have a bathroom here. Hard to tell at what era this would have been added. Likely not when the house was new. And nice shower, tiled shower there. Coming around, we have the front bedroom, which is a really good size. French doors are a nice touch. And again, LVT flooring up here, which is pretty typical because the floor plan would have been changed at different times over history. So the original floors probably would have gaps in them from where walls would have been. Primary bedroom here. Looking around, we have a window which does overlook the river. We'll get a better look at that in a minute here. But this is a great sized bedroom as well. Bathroom, little toilet with its own nightlight, jet tub, nice corner shower, and a vanity with, again, looks like a concrete countertop. But what I wanted to come around here and show, as I zoom in, is that we do have a view of the river over the trees. And in the wintertime, that will really open up to give you a nice view out all the way down to the river. St. Louis is one of the unusual cities where river views are a lot harder to come by because as the city was built, industry was on the river. So the idea of having a house that overlooked the river wasn't something that people thought about until obviously things changed, and now we want to see the river, not have our smoky, ugly factories belching out around there. Coming downstairs, we do have a basement. Because this house is built into a hill, we have the benefit of a walkout basement. So this level is in this level, we're level with the ground. I'm trying to say that too fast. And on the rear of the house, whereas the ceiling is almost at the ground level on the front. You can see here we have a window to the front, and then a walkout to the rear. This is a nice extra room here. Could be used as an entertaining room or guest room, something like that. There is still some unfinished area, furnace and water heater area. And we do have a brick wall, which would be original to the house, rather than having beams carrying things, which is quite a bit stronger. And then typical stone foundation, the same as what you see in St. Louis City. But it's neat to be able to see the history that lay inside these old bricks. And then look at the depth of these joists. This is something that you just don't see today. These are, I'm going to say that's either 12 or 14 inch deep. And that would be old growth timber, obviously not this farmed stuff we use now. So really amazing quality construction they used to do back in the day. So we come out back, we have this room, which is the pool room. Or, another little room. I call it the pool room. I'm not sure what its use is without having furniture there. And a little covered deck here. opening up to the pool deck. And then journeying down, there is a building at the back that has the potential for extra living space. It's 2 large rooms. I believe it was originally a garage. Don't have a key to that, but gives us a huge amount of space in this property. Looking at the back, you can see the rear with the mansard roof up there. And just a great place to hang out in the summertime. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Please feel free to like and subscribe. And if you have any other things you'd like to see, please always let me know. Thank you.